Better than takeout, cashew chicken. It's what's for dinner tonight. Okay, so tonight we are trying something humorously called better than takeout chicken. I say humorously called because I've never made this before, and I don't know that it's going to be better than takeout. And considering that my family doesn't like takeout Chinese or any Chinese for that matter, really and truly, we're just throwing things at the wall here and seeing if it sticks at this point. All right. But I do like Chinese, and every once in a while we got to cook for me. Okay. So I've already got my chicken here. We're going to dice this up. And we're going to assume you're not new here and you know that I cannot touch chicken. So we'll take a few minutes here and I'm going to dice up this chicken and we'll be right back. All right. It took me a lot longer to dice that chicken than I care to admit. I typically will not make recipes that require me to dice chicken because I hate doing it. I'm just saying I hate it. But here we are. All right. So I have put all that diced chicken back into the Ziploc bag where the chicken started. All right. We are going to put some cornstarch, some salt and pepper, and with that chicken, Dolly, she wants some chicken really badly. We're going to seal that up and we're just going to do like a whole little shake and bake thing. You ever do shake and bake? It's not, we are not the same. I don't know that shake and bake even makes anything anymore. But you see how well that is coated. It's getting there. So a little bit more cornstarch in there and get all those wet places, okay? All right, so I have got my larger frying pan tonight. I have already got that olive oil in there heating up, ready to go. Cannot find my regular tongs, so I'm going to use these weird contraption things, all right? I'm going to attempt to use these weird contraption things. And we're going to go ahead and put these right on in that pan as best as I can with these weird tong contraptions. Now, ideally, I would have a wok. I don't have a wok. Like I said, my family's not too much into Chinese food, so it's just not a viable purchase. So we're just going to use my electric skillet, which, by the way, I love, okay? Toss that bag, and let's just get this all down in that oil. We're going to let it cook about 3 to 5 minutes until that chicken is kind of crusty on both sides. Hope you found one. Okay, so we want this chicken to cook about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, just to kind of get a little bit good and crispy, okay? All right, so it's been cooking on that side about 3 minutes. I'm going to do the best I can to flip all these pieces over. Another thing I really despise about dicing chicken is it's not that easy to cook. You have to make sure all the pieces are separated, and they're kind of hard to flip over. One thing to note on when you cook diced chicken like this, it does cook faster. The pieces are smaller, and so they're going to cook up a little bit faster, okay? All right, we're going to do that a couple more minutes, and then we're going to move on. We only want the chicken to be about 80 to 90% cooked, not cooked all the way through. Okay, so now we're going to take a bag, just a bag from the frozen section at Walmart, of a stir-fried mix, whatever kind you want. Whatever vegetables you want in here, grab that bag, or do them individually, or buy them, get them from the actual produce section. That's fine. However you want to do it. You know me, I do things the lazy and easy way. All right, we're just going to dump that bag right on in there. Ooh, I love water chestnuts. Yes, please. Okay, I'm going to slide that back, and we are going to make the sauce that needs to go in there, okay? Now, remember, I don't measure things, so we're going to start with some honey. It says 2 tablespoons. Me and this bottle are not happy. We're just going to empty his little head out. I got another little trick here in just a second. Okay. Then it says 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. I like things a little more vinegary. And it asks for 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. I cannot believe for the life of me I do not have soy sauce. Kaylee is really bad for using all my soy sauce and not putting it on the grocery list. She hasn't lived here in like 2 months. How have I not bought more soy sauce? But I have it. So the closest thing I can find is some Worcestershire sauce, and it'll be all right. I promise. So we're going to throw some Worcestershire sauce in there, and I'm going to pour a little bit into my little bear's head here. Shake that up really good, and now the rest of that honey will come out. Now, the recipe at this point calls for some Asian chili garlic sauce. I don't have that. I wasn't going to buy that. I just wasn't. But I do need a little bit of ground ginger. Okay, we are just going to mix that up. This chicken is still cooking. The veggies are still cooking. I'm going to put the lid on that. And that will create a little steam bath in there for those veggies and get them nice and done. All right, I'm going to take a different cutting board and a different knife. And we're going to cut us up some green onions. Let's cut those, the very tip of them off. That's probably enough. Okay, let's slide this on back. And that is smelling so good. I'm gonna see that broccoli is still very frozen. That's a huge piece of broccoli. My family won't eat it anyway. Look, I don't like those stem pieces. That's right. All right, now this is getting good and cooked. We're gonna take. It calls for a cup of cashews. Well, let's be honest with you. This is probably the only part of the dish anybody in my family is gonna eat. So I'm just gonna do this whole can. This is, well, it's a cup. It's 8 ounces. It'll be all right. Just dump that right on in there. My husband was like, "That's for a dish, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, you can't eat them. Sorry." I go, "But if there's any left over," yeah. All right, get rid of more of those broccoli stems. I'm loving the snow peas in here. I'm loving the water chestnuts. I love water chestnuts. All right, let's cover that and let it do its thing for just a couple minutes, okay? Okay, that's been cooking for just a couple minutes. We're going to take this sauce and go ahead and pour that on top. Feel like it just wasn't enough. But this honey stuck to the bottom. And this is how you fix that. All right. All right, we're going to add that lid back on. We're going to let that simmer right here on a medium-low heat for about 1 to 2 minutes. I know I'm a nut. Oh crap! I completely forgot I needed to make some rice. So let me show you my trick, okay? You know I make rice in the microwave, right? So I wanted, however much rice we're gonna have. So I used 1 cup of rice and just over 2 cups of water. So however much rice you want to use twice as much water, just a little bit more. All right. I used actually a cup and a half of rice and 3 cups of water. I'm going to take a stick of butter. Right here it is. Take a stick of butter, drop that in there. I'm going to put some salt in here and throw this in the microwave for 15 minutes. And because I'm a dummy and I forgot the rice, I have to wait for it to cook. I'm going to turn this down and just kind of let this simmer. Okay, the rice is finally done. And really and truly, I should have made that yesterday because you don't have like Oriental food without having day old rice, seriously. But it is what it is. I forgot. Okay, I'm not perfect. All right, there we are. Look at that. Look at how yummy that looks. I'm excited. All right. I'm going to actually taste it right now because, like I said, I've never made this before. So I've already got my bowl of rice. Go ahead and throw that on there. I really do wish I had made a little bit more sauce because it would give us more sauce for the rice. Let's slide that back. Put some of those green onions on the top. I already know this is going to be really hot. Not for you. It was really hot. But it is really good, and I will definitely make this again, whether they like it or not. I'm just saying. Dinner served.